So last night in Edinburgh, residents were awoken by a strange weather phenomenon. Thundersnow. There was a big snowstorm, but there was lightning also in the thunderstorm. Apparently the thunder was so loud that Edinburgh residents called the police thinking that bombs had gone off. But that does raise the question, why is thundersnow so rare? Rare enough to make the news. So to answer this question, we have to know why lightning forms in the first place. So lightning starts as a layer of warm, moist air near the ground, right? Then what next needs to happen is a cold front needs to come, and it needs to push the layer of warm air into the air. As the warm air rises, it starts to cool down, right? And the water vapor that's in the air starts to condense into water droplets, forming a big old cloud, specifically a cumulonimbus cloud. Water droplets in this cumulonimbus cloud eventually get cold enough where they can form ice. It forms big chunks of ice called graupel and little tiny ice particles that are much smaller. To give you a sense of how big graupel is, it's only like a few millimeters big at the most. So it's not very big, but it's a lot bigger than these tiny little ice particles, right? The thing about cumulonimbus clouds is that it's crazy. Particles of air are flying all over the place. And this is important because that graupel and those tiny little ice particles are rubbing up against each other. And what happens is those tiny little ice particles give the big graupel an electron. So the electron becomes negatively charged and the little ice particles become positively charged. Well, the thing is, because graupel is more heavy than those tiny little ice particles, the graupel wants to go down lower in the cloud. And the little tiny ice particles want to go up. So the positive charge is going up and the negative charge is going down. So there's a bunch of negative charge at the bottom of the cloud and a bunch of positive charge at the top of the cloud. And this charge just keeps on building and building and building until you get lightning. Yeah, the cloud doesn't like being so negatively charged at the bottom, so there's this big burst of electricity that connects it to either another cloud, which is called sheet lightning, or to the ground, which is called fork lightning. This doesn't happen in the winter because if you remember from the first step, you need warm, moist air near the ground. Now, if there's one thing that winter does not have a lot of, it is warm, moist air. But sometimes, particularly over lakes and large bodies of water, there will be a lot of moisture. And there will be air that comes in, a front that's even colder than the air above the water. And if the temperature is cold enough, snow falls instead of rain. The lightning in a thunderstorm is different from thundersnow. In a thunderstorm, it's like this big crack, boom, the thing that you're used to. But in thunderstorms, it sounds more like a timpani drum banging away. So perhaps that's why this thundersnow startled the residents of Edinburgh so much. Well, I don't know, I'm not a scientist. Thanks for watching my lightning video, and I'll see you tomorrow.